One of a Kind with Rob Van Dam is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
He would usually have a match with a good match with anybody.
Rob Van Dam!
Here's a good question for you, Rob. This is Jem the Dawn. Who did the best work with Sabu besides RVD? Is there anybody that really stands
Terry
out? That worked with, or Terry?
I think him and Terry made magic together.
Yeah, they really did.
Hardcore magic.
Yeah, they really did.
What do you think?
Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
How Barbie talks to us. She communicates with her little snorts. They're about to start wrestling on his lap.
Man, that's a good question because he would usually have a match with a good match with anybody. You know, like one memory that sparks in my mind was this might have been my first time, maybe first or second time at ECW Arena. It seems like it would have been my first because I think I wrestled Sabu my second, but I could be wrong about that. But I remember ECW was brand new to me, and I was looking, watching the show, like jaw dropped, couldn't believe the energy that those fans had and the things they were doing and the reaction that those things were getting. And it was all just brand new to me, and I was absorbing it. And I remember being up in what they called the crow's nest and watching through the curtain or whatever, and hearing the crowd react. And I was jealous of the people in the ring because they were having such a good match, and because the crowd was like so responsive, and it was Sabu and Chris Candido.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember thinking, damn, I'm jealous. I was I was wishing I was in there with Sabu instead of Chris.
That should have been me.
Yeah. They were eating out of his hand, and they loved Sabu. He was like a god there. And before RVD came along, they didn't have anybody like that could tie Sabu's boots, so to speak.
How about that? Yes.
Effectively.
Yeah.
Subjectively, prospectively, irrevocably.
Frankie Chorizo, a mafia question. How did so many mafia hitmen never get caught?
They didn't have social media. They didn't tell on each other.
Right, and they must not even had as many security cameras back in the day. Like there's cameras everywhere now. So like if you go back like to the 30s, then like when Murder Incorporated was fucking taking contracts to just murder people for money, there wasn't security cameras. If someone didn't see you do it, you pretty much got away with it because there was no DNA testing, and you just had to have the balls and the know-how to get somebody in the right spot in a dark corner, shit like that, where there's no witnesses, because even when the cops or federal investigators knew, they couldn't prove it, and if they can't prove it, then there was just like nothing going on. And that wasn't just the 30s, but I go back to the 30s because that was like so old. Like people were just like, it was almost like Wild West. Like people were just finishing, just shooting to protect their families and their property. It was like, society was just coming together with all these different ethnicities and shit. And it was a much more violent time than now needs to be, because now, without the thugs and gangsters out there shooting each other and crazy people, without that, what do we got to do? Go to the grocery store and buy our milk. It's not like back in the day where someone's going to come and shoot your cow and your family's going to starve and not have enough food for the winter. You know what I mean? Like it was like surviving back then when there wasn't nearly as many people. Every time you go back, 10, 20 years, you got to go way down in population. There wasn't as many people either. So that's always a factor too. Like everyone knew each other. Everyone that was famous knew all the singers, movie stars, politicians, mobsters. They all knew each other because the world was so small.
Yeah, all connected in the higher up area too. It's wild to think about. Super wild.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got a couple more here. Thanks, Maddie. Gifted another membership. Holy smokes.
What?
Maddie. You're the man, Maddie.
Machine.
Yeah. Maddie, I tell you what, you pick the match that you want me to watch and I'll review it. And that will be the match.
Awesome.
What'd you do for a show last week?
So I did our very first ever interview. It was before we even did the podcast. It was literally like you were promoting Headstrong and I was working at Whole Foods. And I went into the break room. I went into like a little warehouse area and just put you on speakerphone and recorded the conversation for like 20 minutes. Cool. So yeah, so that's what I did. And then I did clips from the independent wrestling show. I was at the IWC where I interviewed my brother and I interviewed 2 other people and got their thoughts on you and stuff like that. And the one referee actually refereed a big time wrestling match between you and Sabu. So
that might be the one I saw on Instagram, but I had the noise off. I had the noise off, so I don't know what it was about, but I think it was a referee.
Yep. That's what it was. That was what it was. It's from that episode. So that's what I did last week.
That was cool how you were backstage at SummerSlam and you were interviewing WWE talent.
So that was the press junket and stuff that they do. So it was media day. And so I went around. I got Charlotte Flair. I got Braun Breaker, Lyra Valkyria. And then R-Truth. I got
R-Truth. I saw that one.
So I'm going to post those ones up. I'm going to share them with ad-free shows and stuff. Conrad's thing.
That's awesome. And that WWE trusted you to have that job.
Yeah. It's a lot of it's fun to do. I like going there and doing that kind of thing in the media. I'm big into doing the journalism, quote unquote, and media stuff. So it's fun. Thank you. I appreciate that, Katie.
Out here in Nevada, we don't really have a lot of bugs. Like we leave our doors open all day, and there's like a time of year where flies will be a problem just for like a week or two. It's I don't know if it's after raining season or whatever the fuck, but mostly no. And same thing like with spiders. In LA, I had so many spiders all over my trees. I hated it. And anyway, one thing that we do see every once in a while is scorpions.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, so we got, we saw some the other day where Katie's thinking, we got to baby-proof the place. And so we called some exterminators, and I learned a few things. And I think that you will find this interesting. Scorpions don't have an exoskeleton, so they're translucent, I think is the word, and they glow in the dark under
black light.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like we were ghost hunting. We went out there with the exterminator. He came like the next day, and we went out there, and he was showing them to us, and they were like on the trees, on the wall. It was crazy seeing that under the black light.
Had no idea there was that many, and it's nighttime with the black light, and they're so perfectly shaped, right?
Yeah.
Every one of them is shaped like the artwork on Sting's outfit or something. It's so perfect.
Yeah, just what varies is the size. There's tiny baby ones and then Big Mac Daddies.
Big Mac Daddy one.
Wow. Trees and fucking on the sidewalk and the walls. He showed us more than I've seen in the 7 years we've lived here.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know they were there, but pretty interesting fact though.
Yeah.
Interesting. Holy smoke. And I didn't know they didn't have an exoskeleton. I thought they did.
And that's what the guy told me. These ones bark bark scorpions, I think they're called, and they apparently are among the deadliest because of the amount of toxin that's released from their tail sting or whatever.
Mhm.
But most people don't die from it, so it's weird they can be the most deadliest, and most people. But it says AI and a couple things I've seen said that if they sting you, it feels like lightning struck you, but it goes away in a couple days.
And somebody commented that it gives you the nastiest shits for 3 days.
Seriously?
Well, I just read a comment that said it.
Scorpion sting? Dang it.
Someone in our room.
Man, imagine if you sting puts you in the scorpion deathlock, and that's you get the nastiest shits from doing that.
Imagine waking up to that because they like bedding. I found them like in the clothes pile, like when we got back from our trip. They're in the dirty clothes.
Really?
And, so they like bedding. So that scared me to wake up to something like that, or our dogs getting stung.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I wouldn't like that. That's what I'd be worried about. Pets or kids or anything like that.
Yeah.
Hello to Kyle Whitaker. Looking at the chat.
Ooh, what's up, Kyle?
Hi to JT.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about Get Blitzed. That's right. When Get Blitzed teamed up with WWE Hall of Famer, NWO founder, and movie star Kevin Nash, alongside his Click This podcast partner and kayfabe king Sean Oliver, Mickey Ray Sinatra and Courtney Sinatra weren't just slapping a name on a can. They were building a THC drink worth remembering. It couldn't be just another effing seltzer. So they made something smoother, faster, creamier, and absolutely legendary. That's right. It is such a good drink. You can get the Kevin Nash Key Lime Pie, and let's talk a little bit about that. They didn't just slap Kevin Nash's name on a can and call it a collab. Get Blitz has been supporting Click This, the Kevin Nash podcast, with the king of kayfabe commentaries himself, Sean Oliver, for almost 2 years now. They've been rocking with the Outsiders long before the drink dropped, so when the time came to create something together, it wasn't forced, it was fate. This is more than a partnership, it's a collision of legends. They teamed up with the 7-foot Oz-like icon himself and his longtime co-host Sean Oliver to make a THC drink that fans would actually feel, not some gimmick. It hits like a jackknife powerbomb, tastes like a lime cheesecake in a can, creamy, citrusy, hard-hitting, you know what, just too sweet. It was flavored and formulated by Mickey Ray Sinatra and Courtney Sinatra in a collaboration with Nash and Oliver. This isn't just branding, it's a handcrafted flavor experience built from the ground up. And we, at One of a Kind with RVD, have a special deal for our listeners. If you use promo code RVD, you can get yourself your own can of Get Blitz Lit Aid, the Kevin Nash Key Lime Pie, or the Sean Oliver Raspberry. Try that out too. If you want a little bit of details about what you get in a can, you get a 5 milligram real Delta 9 THC per can, hemp-derived and federally legal. Nano-emulsified, which hits you harder, with water-soluble THC for fast, smooth absorption. It's a 5 to 15 minute onset, no waiting, no guessing. It's a flavor that slaps. Backed by legends like Kevin Nash, Sean Oliver, and Not Cartoon Animals. Hey, it's also backed by RVD too. So like I said, give it a try. Go to get-blitz.com. Get-blitz.com. Use promo code RVD. Get 15% off. Try yourself one of those Get Blitzed cans, courtesy of Kevin Nash.
Guys, enter the room dick first. Big Dick Dudley dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Guys, this isn't about performance. This is about legacy or third legacy. Give our group chat something to talk about. You know, when you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Free. Just use promo code RVD at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring One of a Kind with RVD.